Good morning and happy Wednesday. I'm happy to see the sun shining in North Carolina. We've had so many days in a row of overcast skies and fog. It's just wonderful to see the sunshine today, even though it's still hot and humid. That's pretty much normal for this time of the year in the South. So what did you accomplish yesterday? We were doing a few missions in the bathroom, and I had put down on my notes to declutter a cabinet or a drawer. And so I have worked a little at a time with that. Mostly I've worked on getting stuff decluttered out of my kitchen and moving on along to have things ready to tear off my cabinet tops on Saturday. So that was my major decluttering yesterday. For those of you who follow Fly Lady, today is Anti-Procrastination Day. And the one thing that I know people procrastinate the most is doing their paperwork and decluttering papers. Both of those just seem to be that thing that we just don't like to do. So today I want you to spend a little bit of time decluttering papers in your house. That may mean using your shredder, you may be using your fire pit, whatever. Go ahead and pull out those papers you've been avoiding, and don't stack them in 10 or 12 different stacks and say you're going to sort through them again, because I'll tell you, they're going to end up in one pile all over again. So take it one paper at a time, decide what to do with it. Do you need to keep it and file it? Do you need to trash it? Do you need to return it if it's a bill? Do you need to take care of it and pay it? There are lots of different things you need to do with your papers, but the main thing is not to live with stacks and stacks of papers. It will help you have a smoother household. And I know I've talked to several who just fall behind paying bills, and it's not because they don't have the money. It's because they don't have an efficient system for papers. The way I keep up with mine is I have a file folder that I keep current bills in that need to be paid. As they come in the mail, I put them in date order of when they're due. So when I open that file folder, the top thing is going to be the first bill that's due. And then as I flip through, I can see what else needs to be paid and in what order. And that helps me stay organized and on top of my bills. So each day when I open the mail, if there's a paper bill, I go ahead and put it in there. If it's an online bill that has a certain date that they do an auto draft, I make a sticky note and stick it in the front of my file folder. So I'm aware that that date's coming up and I need to make sure that the money's in the account to cover that. So I keep track of my bills simply, but I don't let it fall behind, because it's important that you pay your bills on time. After I pay a bill, then I put it into a different file system for our taxes. Because I'm a home-based business, I do a Schedule C, which means I keep a lot of receipts and paperwork. So I set those files up at the beginning of the tax year, and each week I just file those papers into the different files. Very simple and easy. At the end of the year, when it's time to do taxes, I can quickly go through my categories and see what I've got and what I can take for my taxes. So paperwork is something that I really want you to strive at working on today. If it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, I don't care. If you can only stand to do paperwork for 5 minutes, do 5 minutes this morning and 5 minutes this afternoon. Spread it out a little bit. I want you to have an efficient home, and I don't want you drowning in paper. Your zone mission for the day, and this is a fun one if you look at it this way, is to go through your towels and pull out the raggedy ones that need to go. Then call your local animal shelter, humane society, and see if they need some towels for the puppies. Because you know they have to bathe them, they have to treat them for fleas, and they always can use towels. And your ratty towels can bless these pets and get them out of your house. And I know some of you are using towels out there that are pretty much rags. And you just don't know what to do with them. You don't want to let them go because you know they may have a use. A lot of us have influences from our parents and grandparents from the Great Depression, and you use everything till you don't have any other use for it. If your towels are becoming rags, bless the pet shelter, humane society, whatever is close to you, with some towels. You don't have to take them today, but bag them up, put them in the back of your car, and have it ready to go the next time you do errands. Then take stock at what you have in your bathroom. Do you have enough toilet paper? Do you have your cleaning supplies? Do you have enough towels and washcloths? Write down the things that you need to replace in your bathroom. Look under that cabinet sink and see how many different things are under there you haven't used in 6 months or a year or 2 years. Give those a quick toss. You don't have to spend long decluttering in your bathroom today. Give it 5 minutes. Go through the towels, check your supplies. do a few little things under the sink, and call it done. It doesn't have to be complicated, but these little steps each day will help you become more and more organized, and you'll find peace, and you'll have freedom. I enjoy seeing the comments back from you guys because you tell me what's working for you, and then you ask questions, and I love that interaction. This morning I posted a checkoff sheet that I use with my kids whenever they're working on their routines, and you can see that on my page if you just scroll down a little bit. And it's very, very simple because I want your kids to be successful too with their routines. If it's complicated, they're not going to do it. And if it feels like it's an unending list, think of how you feel with an unending list. Keep it short and sweet. Motivate them with rewards. Take time to praise them just for doing the routines. Give them a star on their paper, whatever it is that speaks to them. But use that quick sheet to help you develop the routines in your kids. It's going to give you less to do in your home, and it's going to develop habits for them now. You're not going to want to wait till they're teenagers to develop the habits because they're not going to be very receptive as teenagers. But when you start working with your young kids and get them excited and get them used to these routines, by the time they're teenagers, they don't really think about it being a routine. So if you have questions today or comments, right here below, there's the comment box. Drop it in there. I check those throughout the day. You can also email me at tammy@tammyfox.com. Check out my blog at tammyfox.net. I have a daily tip, and a lot of them I talk to you about in these videos, but there may be some more words that I use in my writing that I don't think of when I'm talking to you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you're planning on checking out the eclipse next week, I advise you to be looking for those eclipse glasses because what I've been seeing is they are sold out in a lot of places. And if you're wanting to see the eclipse with your kids, you may have to make one of those shadow boxes. So you may need to look that up if you can't find eclipse glasses. Have a great day, and I will be back with you tomorrow morning.